Hello, SPED 433. I am going to start my mock teaching lesson. So this is on the before reading strategies, and here we go. Well, hello class. We are going to start reading this book called Jasmine Tukiachi, Mochi Queen. I said the last name wrong, but that's fine because we're going to learn all about that in tradition and culture today. So before we start, has anyone ever had mochi before? Because that's very important into this book. And then all the kids will say no. Okay, well, we're going to start off with trying some mochi. So here I have a mochi from Trader Joe's, so it's not homemade, but that's okay. And you're just gonna go ahead and taste it and tell me what you think about it. If you don't want a piece, that's okay. Just say no thank you. It's a little chewy, chocolatey. Good. Well, in my culture, I oftentimes have apple and honey. So I'm from a Jewish background, and when we have New Year's Eve in our religion, it's called Rosh Hashanah, we often dip apples into honey. So I'm going to go ahead and now pass around apples and honey, and you will get to try that. Same, a little bit sweet, the crunchy, interesting. So those two things both symbolize a sweet new year. So that's how we can compare those two things. So as we get going to today's lesson, I do want to show you that this is still the book. We've been talking about it since the beginning of the year. It's going to be our big reading project. So I just wanted to add some information about the book. By the end of this lesson, I want you to be able to identify your own culture and traditions before we compare yourself to Jasmine in the book. Okay, so let's talk about some vocabulary. So you're going to see a lot of stuff about culture, and culture is a pattern of behavior shared by a society or group of people. You're going to see a lot about holiday. And holiday is a set aside for special religious observances or celebration. Tradition is another word for handing down information. So this is something that is commonly used, and it's not just about holidays that you could have traditions. You could just have traditions for Sunday night dinners and things like that. So New Year, and that's the Japanese way to say New Year, but it's just the celebration of a new year. And mochi tsuki is making mochi. And then mochi is a Japanese treat made by sticky rice that you just had. So now I'm going to pass out a Venn diagram, and I want you to write the tradition that you're thinking about that you celebrate with your family in your side where it says your tradition. And then I want you to go ahead and write mochi/New Year on this side. All right, I'm going to give you about 10 minutes to kind of brainstorm all the things about your tradition, when it is, who you celebrate with, and go ahead and write those things in your side of the tradition of the Venn diagram.